all Kenyans across the world, all Africans around the globe, you must stand with William Ruto. This is what we have been asking for so long time, to have leaders who will be courageous enough to speak to the Western world, to the world, to address towards all these unfair systems that they were initiated long time before even our country existed. And they are still manipulating, they're still harming us today, and we have no say. We cannot do anything. If you say, then you'll have a backlash. If you oppose, then something will happen. We always wanted to have leaders who will stand still and speak blankly, openly, brutally, the way unfair system is. So now you're finding this new president of Kenya, William Ruto, who is not afraid to stand anywhere to speak everything in his mind. As a matter of fact, everything in his heart, things that all of us Africans, we know and we agree about. So I was just watching the video. He was standing there at Eiffel Tower in front of thousands of people, literally standing in front of the world and addressing the issue of the monetary system, the way how it is unfair, especially to our countries. For example, he addressed that. I've seen the interview or the conversation that he was having with the president of our friends, Emmanuel Macron, looking straight at his eyes and talking about all this system like IMF and World Bank, which has been for so long damaging the economy of Africa. For instance, if today your country decide to do something that it's against what Americans does, what they're going to do is they're going to devalue your currency. And how do they do that? They use IMF, they use World Bank as well to devalue your currency. I was just talking with one of the delegates from South Sudan, and she was telling me how much IMF and World Bank has been devaluing the value of their money. So right now, they're looking forward to use a completely different system, which even myself, I think Africa, we should not focus on dollar, we should not focus on all this monetary money, but we should focus on the resources we have, like using gold, using diamond, using all these resources that is far way better than the paper money that we're using. So you have this William Ruto who is standing and talking to this guy, say, hey, we need a new system that is fair, the system that all of us will be in the decision making, the system that not only you will detect what we have to do, but the system that both of us will sit on the chair and decide something that will be fair. And he pointed out, he said, not IMF, not World Bank, we need something new that we can both create. Not only that, the same William Ruto has been talking about we need our own currency in Africa. We don't need to depend on dollar. It would be ridiculous. He went to Djibouti and he said it would be ridiculous if, I want to buy something from Djibouti, but I need to use dollar to buy something. Why don't we use our own currency? So he's speaking basically about African currency, which Muhammad Gaddafi, he was talking about the same thing. This guy's talking about the borders. He actually removed the visa for African diaspora to go to Kenya without visa. He removed the visa direct from Djibouti to Kenya. Today, Djiboutians, you guys can go straight to Kenya without in need of visa. We have seen the same thing a couple months ago between Kenya and South Africa. They removed the restriction of visa. They're opening up the borders. Man, this is what we need in Africa. This is the journey to one Africa. And when you look at the president like William Ruto, I don't care, man. I believe that every leader, no leader is perfect in this world. I know you might have something against him. You might have some, and I've been having those conversations with some of my friends. It doesn't matter, man. But as long as this man, he stands for one Africa, he believes in the Africa empowerment. All Africans should stand beside him, behind him, in front of him, everywhere, protecting this man at all costs. We have seen a lot of our leaders being taken down simply because they stood like that, speak blankly, openly. But it should be right. It should be, it's human right to speak your thought as long as you're not breaking the law. And these are things that they damage Africa for so long. And we have been in this place stagnant for so long, man. We cannot move because we have a bunch of leaders who are scared to speak. Today, if you speak, you know what's the backlash should be? I'm telling you this, guys. You just wait. You'll see the backlash is coming after Kenya. And that's the point where all of us, we need to stand with Kenya.